Check one, check two. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ty from AGI Pro DJ, and today I am joined by Business Development Manager Thomas from Chauvet Professional. Thomas, how's it going, man? Oh, I think he's still muted. There we go. One more time. We unmuted you. You're good to go.
Perfect. Hey, Ty. Hey, everybody. Welcome. I'm Thomas Fonseca with Chauvet Professional, like Ty said. And I'm here actually in sunny California, directly from Burbank. And we're here at Kino Flow, who is a premier leader in motion picture lighting. So we have recently acquired them. So Chauvet Professional and Kino Flow are all together into one brand under the Chauvet umbrella. And but yeah, happy to be here. Thanks, man.
Awesome. We are so glad to have you. Like we saw, we saw you just last week, and we put this together because we were super excited about these products that you have next to you. I had a couple more questions real quick just to kind of go over. How long have you been with Chauvet Pro?
I've been with Chauvet Pro since 2014, so roughly 8 years now, I think.
Right on. And then, so what is your background aside from being, the business development manager there at Chauvet Professional?
So I come from a theater background. I come from I was a thespian in high school, and went into more of a technical theater background, and working as a stagehand, as a technical director in a few different spaces, as well as lighting designer. And I'm based out of Miami originally, and I moved out to California with the change, along with my role as a business development manager at Chauvet Professional. So,
right on. So, in your career, what's the coolest thing? What's the coolest project you've ever worked on?
I did a lot of projects with different dance departments, right? So I was a resident lighting designer for Miami-Dade College dance department, and did a lot of great shows there. A lot of theater background as well as I worked as production manager for a company called the Young Arts, which is really great, and we do this great gala and a lot of big performances every year. And it's a national program that brings in talent from all over the country for events throughout the year.
Right on. I'll put you on the spot. California or Florida? Which one?
Ooh, I'd say I fell in love with California. It's not cheap to live here, that's for sure.
No.
But
Yeah, but you can't beat the
it's fun.
weather, and yeah.
Well, so the weather, it's kind of it's 50-50 because you can't beat the beaches in Florida though.
Okay.
So it's a lot
No
nicer.
hurricanes though, right?
No hurricanes, but there is the chance of earthquake whenever, right?
Right.
I
Anytime.
At any time. I've never experienced one really bad, but I have experienced some tremble. So it's definitely something completely different than hurricanes for
Right.
sure.
Right. It's a different natural disaster.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely,
cool.
absolutely.
So
Um,
let's go ahead.
no, I was gonna say what we're here to talk about,
Yeah,
but
as
yeah,
I say, let's talk about some lights. So Stix, the Well STX 180 and 360. I'm going to kind of hand it off to you and
yeah, absolutely.
let you take over, and we'll start collecting questions. Don't forget, if you are watching on Facebook Live, make sure you go to StreamYard and like StreamYard so you can leave comments on that Facebook Live. If you're joining us today on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe, smash that thumbs up, and that'll help us out. If you got questions, join us from Twitch or Facebook or YouTube. Make sure you put the questions in the chat there on the live stream, and Kevin's going to kind of collect our questions. We're going to let Thomas go over the fixtures, give us a great little overview, differences between the two of them, accessories, et cetera, some comparisons to a couple of other stick products. And then we'll take your questions at the end, and then we'll take it from there. So Thomas, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So, Chauvet Professional just introduced two brand new products into our Well family of products. So, our Well family of products, if you're not familiar with it, please check it out at chauvetprofessional.com. And so, it's all about battery operation, right? The Well family, we have the Well Fits, which are our uplights. We have our Well panels, big panel fixtures, as well as the Well Gobos, also battery operated. So these are brand new to the family. We have the Well Stick 180, which are the smaller ones here beside me, and the Well Stix 360s are the bigger ones. I'd say the 180s, just like the 360, it's in the name. 180 is basically the viewing angle. So if you notice, all the electronics, meaning the batteries and power supply and all of it, is in the back of the fixture. So your viewing angle of this particular one is 180 degrees. Lightweight, sits at about 40 inches, and diameter is roughly an inch of this product. It comes with tons of accessories. One that you're seeing here, which is the you have a stand, a foot stand, which it just comes on like that. You also, it comes in a case of 6 units. The case, we'll take a look at it. The charging case is right behind me. The other accessories that it comes with a magnet holder, which is basically what I'm using to hold the fixtures in the back there, right on the cart, using the magnets on it. You also have an eye-ring, so an eye bolt that sits on here, so you can hang them from aircraft cable, right? The last accessory that you would see with the 180s is we have a stealth filter. I'll bring it closer to the camera so everybody can see. So this one, the idea with this one is that once I have this on, but the fixture is off, I won't see any sort of glare, right? With the white frosting, if there's ambient light around it, it's going to bounce off of the white frost. With this on it, you kind of you kind of lose it, right? So the idea is that when I want the fixture to be seen, it will, but when it's off, then I don't want it to be seen, right? So it turns off completely. It's great for stages, scenarios, right? So now you see the difference with it and without it, right? So this is the WELL Stick 180. You have 16 zones of control on both fixtures, the 360 or the 180, meaning I can break up into different segments. Right now I have it in a 64 channel mode, and I'm running an effect through them. But besides the effects, you also have tons of ways of controlling these fixtures. One of them is the way that I'm running it now, which is WDMX. So what I have, and I'll show you in a bit, but I have a WellCome unit, which controls these fixtures via WDMX through wireless solutions. And from there, I can then control the fixture. You have DMX, you can set it to a 4-channel mode if all you want to control is the RGBWW, so it has a warm white channel LED on it, which allows it to have a great CRI, so you can utilize it in camera as well as an effect like I'm doing now. Both fixtures are IP65 rated, meaning it can be wet on the outside. So if you're doing an event that's outdoor rated or that's outdoor, these fixtures would be great for that. You can set it outside if it rains, or if you're doing maybe you're doing a photo shoot or a film shoot that requires rain effects. You can utilize these fixtures without a problem. The great thing about being IP65 is also that it's dust proof. So if you're doing something here in California, there's tons of deserts sort of everywhere, tons of outdoor festivals as well, that you won't have to kind of reopen the fixture and have to dusting being a problem with these fixtures, right? So if you're utilizing them on the beach, in an outdoor festival in the desert, or if you're utilizing them in the rain, or just sprinklers happen to come on, you won't have an issue with these fixtures. The big thing about it, it is not only is it outdoor rated, of course, it is battery operated. So both the WELL Stick 180 and the WELL Stick 360 have smart batteries, which allows you to then set the time of the event, and the fixture will then calibrate itself so that the output wise, it will last the length of your show, right? So if I have a show that is 5 hours long, I can tell the battery, I can set it to 5 hours, and it will then set a base intensity so that it will last that same intensity throughout the 5 hours. Let's say I have a 12-hour show. I can set it, then it will calibrate its intensity so that it will last throughout the show. These fixtures can be controlled, like I said, via WDMX, so wireless DMX. You can also be controlled via the onboard controls, where you have tons of settings of not just color temperature presets, but also you have the ability to do chases and all kinds of effects with it, as well as an IR remote that you can also control these fixtures with. Do we have any questions so far out there?
Lots of comments on how amazing the batteries are.
Yeah, so right? It is, right? So the whole idea with it is one of the questions that I get all the time when I'm showing these off now have been, how long does the battery last, right? And my answer to them is, how long is your show, right? So the longest show running time that we have the set for is 12 hours, and the shortest show time would be 3 hours, right? So if you need it to have the most punch that it can have, if output is what you're looking for, then 3 hours, it would be sort of the brightest it could be, right? And then in 12 hours, it changes its intensity so that that battery would then last the whole 12-hour show.
And then if you do have them in a situation where you need to run them at full power longer than what the battery can handle, you can run them off of hardline, correct?
Correct. So touching on charging mechanisms, right? So the way these come is in packs. So the WELL Stix 180s come in a 6-pack, and it's a full charging case. So I'll show you guys. So this one that's here is the charging case for the WELL Stix 180s. So it very much looks like a shotgun case style that you see. You do have casters on one side, so I can wheel it around if I wanted to. And the idea is that I plug in the case, and I don't know, Ty, you can tell me if you guys can see that here, but you have these charging wires here, and the charging wires are magnetic. And again, guys, you can go to the website to see clearer pictures as well as a detailed video on how these come together as well, right? So that's
think like Apple MagSafe, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. So it's a little magnet that attaches it to it. So this is one way to recharge it. The other way would be there's sold separately a pack, which individual charger. So the individual charger will work for both the 360 or the 180. So for instance, if you have both styles, you can just get the same charger will work for both.
Right? Oh, fantastic. That's great.
Here it is. All the accessories come in the case laid out onto the cut foam, so everything fits perfectly. This is the eye-ring that I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
So you can attach it to aircraft cable, and you can have it hanging in different orientations, so almost like a teardrop sort of effect with both the 180 or the 360, right? The 360, right. This footing also comes off, and then you're left with an M12 connection here at the bottom that you can either put a clamp or you can put the eye bolt for aircraft cable, or if there's any Star Wars lovers out there, it is a really cool lightsaber.
Yeah, they're long. What's the height of the 360?
So the 360 is 5 feet tall. So
okay.
So right around 5 feet tall. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is really beefy, right? So diameter of this guy is about 3 inches.
Mm-hmm.
So just under 3 inches. So although sometimes when you look at it on the website, it kind of has that, you really can't tell, right? When you're looking at a picture, this is not just tall, but also really beefy. We made it so that you can remove the white filter off of it. So if you screw this guy off, you can then utilize it as with the visible pixels, right? It's kind of hard to tell on the camera. Right now, just so you guys know, when we were doing testing on these, I had to dim these guys down Right now, I have them all at about 5% only. Right, so you can kind of tell. So you can see the pixel density.
And you explained this to us when you brought them by HQ, but it's RGB and then it's variable
WW.
white underneath, or warm white underneath.
Okay. Warm white,
Okay.
white underneath. So on the pixels itself, we have the RGB, and just right underneath it, you'll see the warm white chip. And the idea with that is that it can also replicate great variable whites, right? So the idea is that, yes, this can be sort of an effect style light, but it can also be extremely useful in a scenario where I need to light someone or something in the set piece, or in the event, or for camera as well, right? So I can utilize, I'm stepping out here so I can bring up these
there you
guys.
go.
Right?
So the 180s in the background.
Yeah. So yeah, so now I can utilize it as some face light if I wanted to, or a way to not just to be something to look at, but also something that I can shine and light something, right? If that makes sense.
It does. Yeah, lots of good questions coming in on the chat. You guys keep those coming. We're going to let Thomas go through both fixtures top to bottom, and then we're going to address some of the questions. I know Kevin does have a video showing what they look like in the dark. Thomas, did you configure anything there that you can cut your house lights just to show what they look like at the very end? Like output-wise? Somebody would ask what they look like with the lights off, or not possible?
It's so I can. It just doesn't get really dark where I am. I'm in a training room right now.
There's glass in front of you,
and there are huge windows right along, and it's a pretty sunny. I can pan the camera so you guys can see, but I'm in just an open room right now.
No problem.
That has huge windows. So I am being lit by KinoFlow Diva 21s, which are great for face light, but if I turn it off, it doesn't get really dark as well.
Right. We'll run that video at the end, and for sure. But like Thomas said, these are running at like 5%. So you had them turned down so they didn't blow out the video, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I run them, closer to full, then we can't really tell the difference.
See the color.
Can't even see the color. So color in person, I can see the color. On video, you can't. So I had to dim them down so that we can see what was going on. As far as if anybody's familiar with color rendering index, meaning how true the colors are on these fixtures. Not only that, but when I put it into a certain, let's say into a warm white, which is typically 3200 Kelvin, then how does those colors that I'm lighting these fixtures with, how do those colors portray, right? So that's the color rendering index. These have 90 plus, right? So these guys are roughly 92, the 360, and the 180 is roughly 94 CRI. So it's a great fixture, not only to be looked at, but also to be lit with.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right. They're multi-purpose. They're not just eye candy event sticks. They can absolutely be used for theatrical and set lighting, ambient lighting, environment lighting, a ton of different uses. So
yeah, so I see them used. There are, as you guys know, and you guys sell it on our website, I know, there are different products out there in the market already in this sort of configuration, this style. I'd say ours is extremely competitive, and in some ways a lot better, and the 360 being completely unique, right? So this is one that we see being a lot used in more of an immersive scenario, right? If I'm doing an event, I'm having to I have a path that I have to guide my my audience or the guests through. This is something that would be great at sort of directing people and having them be part of the event itself, right? So we see this more being of as an immersive sort of fixture because it's completely 360. Um, you're seeing the effect full side, right?
Right.
Where the 180, because of its nature of being 180 degrees front facing, right? So this one we see a lot being used on set pieces in areas on stage, right, where there is a I'm trying to put it so that people can see it, right?
Right.
Not that this can't be used also in an immersive sort of scenario, um, but this is probably more sort of on stage, that sort of effect, or on set pieces around the room, where this guy can really be utilized in a matter of thinking about the whole space as an immersive space, right?
Right. Definitely more of a set event piece.
Correct.
Light, like you said, light a pathway, light an entryway, light a runway, um, focal points, different focal points in a room, etc. So,
Yeah.
somebody did have a question, and I told you we are going to wait till these for the end, but I couldn't
Go ahead.
remember
Go
with
ahead.
the STX 360, with the frost filter off of it. Is it still
Mm-hmm.
IP rated?
It is.
Okay,
It is.
good.
Yeah, so the whole unit is completely sealed, even if I remove. Uh, and we thought of actually I do have to give props to the product development team and our engineers back in headquarters in Sunrise, Florida. Michael Graham is the product development in charge of these fixtures. Him and his team did a great job at thinking about little details. For instance, right on the very top of the 360 units, you have a magnet, and there's also a magnet piece right in the center here. The idea behind that is that if I have it screwed down here at the bottom, but I have nothing to secure on top, most likely this is going to end up giving sway, and you're
Hmm.
never going to be, and this guy's never going to be right in the dead middle of this filter. So you're never going to get, a nice sort of diffusion throughout the whole space. So little small things like that, I think, make a big difference on any fixture, right? And
Right.
they put a lot of thought and detail into these fixtures. These are lightweight. I want to say the 360 is roughly 9 pounds only. We utilize die-cast magnesium, so it's not plastic. The base is not plastic. The feet aren't plastic, but it feels really solid and secure. Even if I have it, like it
Somebody
feels
bumps into it, they're
there.
not just going to knock it over.
Exactly. Even the
Uh,
smaller
ba-
units.
Battery life of the 360, same battery life as the 180.
Correct. Same
Okay.
same battery life. Same both units. Smart batteries are, and they both of them. You can set the battery life from 3 hours all the way out to 12 hours.
Okay. Cool. You just put the frost cover on it, but I was wondering it might be a good time to grab one of the Freedom Sticks just to show the difference in pixel density between the two.
Yes.
I can't help but think that people might try to compare them, and there's absolutely no comparison between the two.
Correct.
But it's good to show the difference between the products, like what you're getting for the the extra price point. So
yeah, exactly. So this is the Freedom Stick. This has been out for quite a few years.
yep.
Great product at a great price point from our sister brand Chauvet DJ, and this again, it's part of their Freedom series, which is their wireless product. And just for comparison, since this product has been out for longer, just so everybody can see, they sit roughly at around the same height. The biggest difference is, of course, sort of the thickness, and you'll see pretty here. Once I get this guy out.
Yeah.
So without the frost, sort of the difference also in pixel spacing between them. Right. So what you can do, again, they're different, different styles of fixtures, but it's just as a comparison. So
Yep,
because this
for
one
sure.
has been out longer, most people are familiar with what they look like. So this would give into perspective what the WELL STX 360
right
has to offer.
Perfect. Do you want to anything else we want to touch on with the 360? Do you want to talk about the WellCome a little bit?
I can. So the biggest thing about also to note on the 360 as well as on the 180s, you do have a place for a safety cable on the base of the fixtures. On the 180s, it's actually this attachment here on the top, right?
Gotcha.
So you can safety them to the rig, and you also have the what's the laptop?
The Kensington.
Exactly.
Like Kensington safety cable. Gotcha.
You can attach that as well to these guys. What else? We have yeah, we're gonna touch on the WellCome.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
real quick before we go to that, you want to look at the case real quick? I know it's a monster.
Yeah, so we looked at the case for the 180.
Right,
exactly.
Yeah, that massive flight case is the 360 case. So
yes.
180s come in a pack of 6, and then the 360s come in a pack of 4.
That is correct. So good thing is that it does have a wheels, right? So it's a coffin style case. So you do have wheels on one side, and then you have handles sort of everywhere, including up here. Let me see if I can. Sorry guys, I'm kind of fumbling through it. But you do have a handle here. You have a handle here, as well as towards the middle of the case as well. So we have a handle here and a handle down at the bottom. Right.
Gotcha.
I will. You have all the slots for the different accessories all on board, and this case, because it's purposely built, we were able to also do charging while it's closed, right? So you can, cool. So the idea is that it doesn't take up a whole lot of floor space, that you can just stack these. If you have multiples, you plug one in, and then using Trucon style connectors, you can go in and out throughout each one. And
nice.
And just utilizing the PowerCon that you have, or if you have PowerCon TrueCon style jumpers, you can go from one case to the other case without the need to more power strips.
And then that's got the built-in charging mechanism and then the mag connectors, just like the 180s, correct?
Exactly the same.
Perfect.
Exactly the same. Yeah. So the only difference between the two cases is this case only holds 4 of these, right? So it's a case of 4 Stix 360s, and WELL STX 180s, it's a case of 6. Gotcha. So right now, what you guys are seeing here is one full case of WELL STX 180s and one full case of WELL STX 360s, right? So it's 4 of these guys and 6 of these guys per kit. Both charging road cases, and the biggest difference is the 180, you have to charge it while it's open. The 360, you can charge it while it's closed. It has a fan inside, so it will keep everything nice and cool.
Perfect. Cool. Thanks for showing us that. That's
absolutely,
that's a monster of a case.
Yeah, it definitely is. It this one, it does have well, great that I'm showing you guys that it still works.
Right.
So my little cart here only can hold so much. And if I tap it, it does not. Right. So the one also great thing about the cases and the fixtures itself, you can update the firmware on the units just via a thumb drive, a USB-C thumb drive. So the idea is that you would, if you need to update the firmware, you would download the firmware, put it onto a USB-C thumb drive, and then load all the fixtures onto their case. And on the case itself, you put in the USB-C, and you can update all the fixtures in the case at the same time.
Oh, very cool. So that mag connector is moving data as well as power.
Correct.
Right?
Or yeah, or at least the software. Yeah.
At least software data. Gotcha. Cool.
And take a look at the we're taking a look at the WellCome.
Yeah, let's do that. You want to take a couple questions real quick, and then we'll go to the WellCome? Awesome. Sure. So let me see if I can go up here. Let's go way back. So Derek had asked, can you easily group the fixtures together?
Can I
functionality of the WellCome, right?
Yes. So on the fixtures, you can do that in different ways, right? So you can set them all if you want them all to be exactly the same. You could just set them to the same DMX address, and that's a quick way to sort of group them. On DMX through the console, right? Being the console flavor that you'd like. I'm using Camsys. I'm using a Camsys Magic Q70, so MQ70, and I have all the effects, and I can have it in 64 channel mode. But if you're utilizing them with something with a different program that controls lighting, like the Chauvet DJ Show Express, for instance.
Hmm.
You can do that as well. You just have to connect the WellCome or any WDMX transmitter to the console that you're working with, and you can control it in any fashion that you want. If you're controlling it through the app, then we typically recommend it to be put on 4-channel mode, and we're still doing upgrades to the app. But if you control it, if you can put it into 4-channel mode, then you can control them either all together as a group, or you can control them individually pretty easily. We do have
Right.
videos on the WellCome app as well.
Yeah, we talked about this when you were at the shop, and I think
Mm-hmm.
we kind of hashed out with the little app control that you can kind of get around some of the grouping by maybe setting like breaking them into groups of fixtures, and then setting light groups of fixtures with the same DMX addresses, so you can kind of make some smarter shows from the app. And like you said, you guys are working on the app, but there's some workarounds for some grouping controls just by using DMX channels.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly. For instance, like I was showing you earlier, so this is the box, right? So this is the WellCome.
Right.
It comes with adapters for 5-pin DMX, and it works with WDMX, right?
Right.
So wireless solutions. It's not something that's proprietary to Chauvet Pro. It is something that's OEM'd by Wireless Solution, which is one of the industry standard wireless DMX companies. So,
do you want to talk about how these might compare to some other industry sticks that are pretty popular right now? Somebody asked, so if you want to touch on it,
absolutely,
like, yeah, absolutely, yeah,
absolutely.
I'd love to know your side by side on it. So
So it would be more the Stick 180s, right? So
right.
they are as far as output wise, right? They're roughly right around 1400 lumens output, and I believe that is 1400 lumen output, and
Correct.
so they put in a lot of output. It's going to be brighter than the what is it, the AX ones, right?
The AX1.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's definitely way brighter than that. I personally haven't seen them side by side, but yeah, just looking at spec wise, it's something that's going to be uh, brighter. And I can't remember, is the AX1, are they IP rated as well? All
That's a
right,
great
they're
question.
indoor. I think they're indoor only. I could be wrong. I know the Titan tubes are outdoor.
Yeah. Kevin's just telling me they're IP65. So
They are? Okay.
yep. So same rating, but the
Yeah,
180s are considerably brighter than an AX1, like output
correct.
wise, about
Yeah,
45% brighter if I did my math right. So
correct. Correct.
yeah.
Yeah, so the idea is that we would have a solid product that is extremely popular right now in different
Right.
uses, and take into that effect both for production as well as events, rentals, studios, all of that is basically our market for these.
Gotcha. From Facebook
Let me
Live,
grab this
Alberto
one.
asked, "Are these light stand mountable?" I assume you're talking about Lightsmith stands, or are we talking about the little tripods that you see them on are included with the fixtures? And
Correct. Yeah, if Alberto, if you can uh, ask, I would say have sound activated party mode. Yes. So it has a bunch of really cool effects on it. There's the effects that you can do are you can choose basically the effect, you can choose the color of the effect, speed, as well as the background and what that affects. So let's say if I have a dot that's bouncing up and down, I can choose the color and the speed of that dot, and then also what the background of that dot is doing, right? I can have that dot being red, and I can have the background being purple, and I can choose the speed that it goes through, two dots meeting in the center, that sort of thing. All of that is adjustable through the menu system on the unit or via DMX, right?
Gotcha. Does the WellCome software, does the app have sound mode?
I
don't know the answer to that question.
I don't think so. Good question. I might have to. That one I might have to research and get back to you, and I will go back around and answer on the chat. I also have, I believe there's a couple of monitors as well, so we can take a look at it, and if not, we can always answer on the chat as well.
Okay. Somebody asked how long it takes to charge them. It's about 4 to 6 hours to charge, correct?
6 hours. Yep, 6 hours to charge. Either one, the 180 or the 360 are both 6 hours.
Right. Alberto, the thread at the bottom, it's an M12, is that right?
Yes.
Is that on both?
Yeah, so on both.
Or is it
right?
bigger?
So,
okay.
So on the 180 or the 360.
Okay.
Right? So you can put basically you can put a clamp on it, or the stands that comes with it, or basically any sort of accessory that would take
an M12 thread.
Yeah. I don't know if we can see it better there. Right.
Perfect.
And it's the same on the 180. You have it on the. You can put it on either way.
Using the WellCome app, Thomas, can you, if you have a set or sets of each, can they sync up? Like, can you make them both do the exact same thing?
Okay. Yes.
Cool.
So, I'm gonna.
You want to talk about WellCome?
I can.
It's a good seg into that.
So on the WellCome, I'm sorry guys, I'm using my my little girl's iPad here. I stole her this morning because my phone is being used to for the recording. So basically, this is the WellCome app. It's a free download on both iOS devices or Android devices, and you can just search. It's WellCome, COM, or I think you can also search Chauvet Professional, and it should be all of our apps
right
on there as well. So you have symbol control, so you can control various fixtures, right? So the idea is that I can control if I have well fits uplighting the walls and these, or the well gobos, as well as I can basically connect anything with the full universe, right? So I have 512 channels that I can play with when connecting with the app. I'm going to change here from DMX to control via Wi-Fi. So give me a second because I'm going to lose what I'm doing there with the console. And I should now have control of all of them. Yeah, nice. So you see, like I can group them all. And I can have them now.
So it's got a color wheel picker.
Exactly. And I can store them. I can create different scenes. I can create different effects, step effects if I wanted to, all through the app as well.
While Thomas is going through the app control, I do want to let everybody know that we are running specials on the 180s and the 360s through the end of this month. 180s are in stock, and I believe they're on their way to us, or I think the order's getting processed right now. 360s are in QC, and they'll be shipping shortly, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if these are interesting to you at all, if you want to talk more specifics and get prices and availability and whatnot, definitely reach out to the team here, and we'd be happy to help you out. But we are running specials on these through the end of the month. So. Is WellCome in stock? I don't know if we touched on that, Thomas. I don't think they are.
You don't think they are?
I can't remember. Maybe Kevin knows.
I can't remember. Kevin, if you reach out to Matt, he can tell you right now.
Yep. Matt's in the live right now, so we'll.
He is.
Yep.
He might be able to just answer it there on the chat. I don't know.
Yep.
I'm guessing he's watching on YouTube.
He's on YouTube and Facebook. So.
Oh, perfect. So he's on both.
Yeah.
Smart guy, that Matt. You know, give a shout out to Matt. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Matt. Matt is our firm representative from Image Marketing, who's our Chauvet Pro rep, and he was down here with Thomas last week and brought us these lights, and we put this together for you guys because we were super excited about these new fixtures, and we got this live stream put together in less than a week. So very cool. Thanks to everybody there at Chauvet Pro, Thomas for joining us with this, and Matt for also helping make this happen. So. Anything else you want to show us on the Well app? Is there any kind of macro stuff that you can do on it as well, or?
That's one of the things that we're working on.
Right.
Is more control. Right now,
Right.
you have basic sort of color control, and then you can do steps. But we're working on adding the macros and everything else on the app as well. Cool. So right now you can save and you can do all kinds of different things, and you can group them either individually or all as one unit.
Nice. And just so the fixtures they communicate via WDMX, and you need a WellCome to talk to them, correct?
So you can talk to them in different ways. So one is an IR remote that's included in every case. So you have an IR remote, which you can trigger effects and colors, or you can control them via the onboard control off of each one. So you can turn them on, you can set it to an auto chase, or you can do color temperature presets right on board, or you can control it via WDMX. So WDMX, you can research. So WDMX is a wireless protocol that from Wireless Solutions, and there are various different transmitters that you can utilize with these. The WellCome is unique because not only does it talk to it, it talks to it via WDMX, but not only can you control the WellCome through a console speaking DMX, but you can also control the WellCome through the app, through Wi-Fi, right? So for instance, I'll bring in closer. So I can go into my settings here, and I know it's kind of hard because it's getting the glare off of the...
There's those massive windows.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but it says on here, it has DMX or Wi-Fi rather, right up top, right above the battery life on the WellCome is also battery operated. So right now I have it that I'm controlling the WellCome through Wi-Fi, right? So basically through the app, but I can set it back to DMX. And now it's getting controlled through the console and running the effects and everything else that I have there. And now I have no control through the app anymore.
But you were able to hand that off seamlessly. So
correct.
So if you have a console, like you said, if you have a Camsys console or any console of your flavor that you like, or even, a lot of our customers have Show Express interfaces, as long as you have a WDMX transmitter, you can come out of out of Show Express, go to your WDMX transmitter, and then send data to these. Can you touch on ArtNet? They do have ArtNet, correct?
They do not have ArtNet, right? So these are wireless. You can use
ArtNet with a wireless DMX transmitter, like if you had an ArtNet interface and then ArtNet software.
So. Yeah, exactly. You would need an ArtNet node to then go DMX and then go to the WellCome or any other transmitter, right? Gotcha. So so ArtNet, it's basically just DMX through Cat5, right? Or multiple universes of DMX through Cat5. So because this is a wireless product, it has no Cat5 connection to it, right? It has no, because it's wireless.
Do you have the IR remote on you?
I do. It's inside.
And here's my question is, if you send a command with the IR remote, is it one fixture or?
IR is tough because it's directional, view, right? It's directional, right? So it ends up being that you have to control sort of individual. You maybe be able to just do, if they're in a general facility, area.
Right.
The biggest thing is that where you connect to the IR remote, the IR sensor is right by the menu system.
Gotcha.
Right. So it kind of has to be, you kind of have to aim for it.
So the only real grouping that is available right now with these is either using DMX groups or groups within the WellCome, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Controlling them through something like a Show Express or Campsys or any sort of DMX controller alongside with a wireless DMX or through the WellCome app using the WellCome in particular. Would be the best case scenario, because with the IR, it kind of depends. If they're all facing sort of the same direction, most likely you'd be able to just hit one button and they all turn okay. And like if I'm at a DJ booth and I have the 360 sort of splayed out in front of me, I can probably hit the IR remote and try to catch all of them at the same time. But
well, the thing that's important to highlight is these are pro level fixtures, and so and like you mentioned, the nice thing about the Well platform and the WellCome platform is that app is constantly evolving, right? I'm sure the developers have a long list of different modes and control settings and sequences and whatnot. So that's
the nice
thing about having a software platform, right? Yeah, absolutely. There's how do you guys submit feedback like that? Is that just through user forum or user group?
Yeah, I'd say through user. We have a Chauvet Professional. We do have a Chauvet Professional Facebook user forum that I'd recommend any users out there to join. And again, this is for Chauvet Professional products, please.
Right.
Right.
Two separate entities.
Two separate entities, completely separate developing staff as well.
Right on.
Great sister brands, just different in the way that we approach the market, right?
For sure. So Kevin's got the promo video to roll for everybody that shows the Stix in the dark, and if somebody asked if we could see how bright they are in the dark. Before we roll that, does anybody else have any questions that you want to put in into the chat that we can answer when we have Thomas? Because we'll roll this video. We'll come back. We'll do one more touch on any last minute questions, and then we're going to wrap it up. So, anything else from anybody? Going once, going twice. Cool. So the video is about 60 seconds long. So stick with us. We're going to roll the video, and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Stix 180 and Stix 360 bring a lot to the table without the hassle of a conventional load-in. Battery-powered, wirelessly controlled, and IP65 rated LED sticks are versatile and durable, bringing eye-sizzling looks even in the most remote locations. Stix 360 stands tall and boasts a seamless 360-degree viewing angle of stunning visuals. Behind a removable frosted cover gives you unlimited color effects across a large stage presence. Stix 180 offers a punchy 180-degree viewing angle and comes with an optional stealth black filter. Bright when you want it, dark when you don't. The choice to make an impression is yours. Stix offers unmatched versatility without any complications. When it matters and where it matters, choose Stix.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. So we kind of, it wasn't, it definitely was not just a car shoot there. We wanted we wanted to be able to showcase the fixtures being utilized as a viewing as well as lighting up something. So that's why we kind of chose the car as a commercial style of video. Big shout out to our marketing department, did a great job at that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely. On Facebook Live, Shannon had asked, are these not already wireless DMX? They are WDMX.
They are. They're wireless DMX. So there's a whole thing about wireless DMX. WDMX is a protocol developed by Wireless Solutions, who is one of the leading sort of brands in that department. So this is not a Chauvet Professional, wireless protocol. This is WDMX. Correct.
Perfect.
So
yeah, and Alberta, to answer your comment or to touch on your comment, they're definitely working on the WellCome app, and again, it's it's a work in progress. It's an evolution of a product. So, but I understand wanting to be able to control them and use some of the party features like the Astera app. I totally get it. I'm sure you guys are listening, Thomas, of what people would like to do, at least from this product's point of view. So
100%.
You guys they're absolutely paying attention. So, well, cool. If anybody doesn't have any other questions, anything that we missed, Thomas, that you can think of?
I don't think so. If there's anything, Kevin, I know you're listening as well. If there's anything that you'd like to chime in that we missed, that Ty and I missed, but I don't think so. I think we're really happy with this product. Again, in stock, right? And then the 360s are going through QC. We have a bunch of cases going through QC right now. So it's not something that we've launched and, hey, by the way, you'll see in 6 months. This is actually,
they're right around the corner.
But you did say that it's relatively limited stock right now. So like someone wanted to order, we have a chance of getting an order in, but those numbers are dwindling pretty fast because the buzz on these has been good.
Exactly. So the popularity has been definitely there. Yeah, we have a lot. We had a lot of stock, but because the demand in the last few weeks have been just tremendous. Ever since we launched that video, people have been buying sort of sight unseen. So without even seeing the product, just basically based off the video.
So I did have a question, and it sort of plays off of Shannon's most recent question, is these don't have any kind of transceiver communication like the Freedom Stick does, where you can set one as a master and the rest as slave?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So these are all transceivers.
So then in theory, you could have one master to control with the remote, and then it would subsequently transceive broadcast to the rest. So you wouldn't have to aim it at each individual one to go through some of the macros in the remote, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Cool.
Sorry, I forgot about that. So yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Shannon also had a comment about the cases. I don't know if you joined late, Shannon, but the Pelican style case that's over Thomas's shoulder there houses 6 of the STX 180s with the charger built in, and then the road flight case that's over his other shoulder, the monster over there, is designed to hold and charge 4 of the STX 360s.
So Shannon, you'll be able to rewind this live and see the cases. We open them up in the front part of the video, but the WELL.com or the WELL 360 case freestands at about 70 inches. So it's a little over 6 feet. So it basically holds that stick that Thomas has fully assembled with the foot in its closed position. So it's accommodating the full length inside that case.
Right.
And the cases do have wheels. So
right.
It's great.
So trolley style on both cases. They're not roll in, but they're trolley style.
Correct.
So throw them on a dolly board if you've got 4 sets of 360s and roll them in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I didn't see if there's any other questions specifically. Pricing. We can talk about what the actual MSRP retail price is. So the STX 180 6-pack retail is $41.35. If you reach out to any of your favorite AGI Pro DJ rep right now, we'll extend a courtesy offer to you through the end of the month. And then on the 360s, they are $48.70. And similarly, if you want 1 or more set of those, we'll work with you to get you a great price. Shipping will be a little bit of a challenge because they will be shipping oversized, but I think we priced them out. At least
it wasn't bad.
The 180s were surprisingly, for shipping from our warehouse, not terrible. So
nice.
Yep. Thomas, I don't want to put you on the spot. Somebody did ask, are they configured right now where you could easily show any of the IR control, or would that require going in and turning a bunch of stuff on?
With the IR remote,
and you can answer no if you want.
I don't have it configured right now, but
that's fine.
It's
totally
a
fine.
setting.
It's a menu setting inside the fixtures. You have to tell
Correct.
it we're going into IR mode instead of WDMX mode.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. That was it.
I haven't even opened these guys up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, you're running it from a Magic.
Yeah, I typically don't.
70,
yeah,
so.
I don't run them on the. But it should be relatively quickly. I have to set it on the menu system. Right now I have it set for wireless DMX.
And you have those all set at the same address, or are they different addresses?
So they are, I have them in different addresses.
Okay.
They're just running. And that's why you kind of notice the effects are different.
I just didn't know if maybe you had, so if they were staggered or whatever, but I see that.
Yeah, and they're all running on 64 channel mode right now is what I have set. So I have individual pixel. So remember, 16 zones of control on either the 180 or the 360.
And that's, let me think, that is 128 LEDs in the 180 compared to what is the Freedom Stick is 18, I think.
I have no idea.
And then the 360 has 3 separate zones of 128 for 500. No, that's not right. Where's it at? Light source, 256 LEDs. So three rows of LEDs to get 360-degree circumference around the inside of that tube, which is amazing.
Right.
Sorry, guys, I'm still trying to.
Yeah, Shannon, that price is $48.70 is the internet price for a 4-pack of the Well Stick 360s plus the charging case plus the mounting rigging hardware, including the tripod stands.
I wish I had some Jeopardy music or something. The one thing I noticed with the filters on versus the filters off is it definitely changes the almost like the color temperature. I guess I don't know if that's the right word, but like it definitely filters. Like when we look at this view, the 3 that are on the ground look different than the 3 that are on the rack. And I don't know if that's because of the distance. Do they all have filters on them, or do the 3 on the ground not have filters?
Correct. The filters are not on the ones on the bottom, right? So
Gotcha.
this one is just a white. So because of the lighting being reflected on the white, the camera is picking it up way more sort of pastel-y on those guys than they do on the dark filter one.
Got it.
Right. Yeah, because the camera is trying to pick up not just the lighting that's coming off of this, but also the bounce of light going onto the white surface.
Right. Well, cool.
You can tell by with the naked eye, I can tell you that you can tell sort of. It's just that the blues are way darker when you have the filter, because you're not, again, looking at a white surface, right? With white light sort of bouncing off of it.
So I know someone's going to ask this at some point.
Yeah.
Is there an anticipated future where the 360 would have a similarly dark coated cover to sort of behave in the same manner? So be invisible on stage, but then come to life when there's color?
So, that I don't know. Please put that feedback if you guys would like to see that.
I can see a lot of LDs on stage who would love to be able to throw that effect, but have the fixture be invisible until that time. Correct.
Yeah, exactly. So because we saw this as more of and again, it's more as an immersive scenario, and less of a stage act. With this one in particular, we didn't see the need for the stealth filter being so big on this guy as it is, as for sure it is on that one. But yeah, I can definitely see it being used on the 360s, and we can definitely look at that for the future. I'll definitely leave a comment. Again, join the user group, Chauvet Professional user group on Facebook, and suggest it out there. Our product development team is definitely always eyeing user-based comments to develop more improvements to products as well.
So, and I want to address Shannon's last question, which these will not be directly compatible with any Freedom stick. However, you could, in theory, pass DMX through, like if you're using Show Express or a console, you could send DMX into a WellCome to talk to these, out of the WellCome into a FlareCon and talk to the Freedom sticks.
Yes.
So they're just not self-aware of each other.
Correct.
Because
one is wireless DMX or DeFi, and the other is WDMX, which is a completely different protocol.
Correct.
Different encoding, different encryption. All of it is handled digitally differently.
Yep.
So there's a way to make them talk to each other similarly, like if you're using Freedom Pars and the sticks, but it's going to require you to run them via DMX or some DMX control using the communication protocol for each fixture.
Correct. Yeah. So the biggest difference is the it's the wireless control, right? So you need a WDMX wireless solution protocol dongle or piece of hardware to be able to communicate with these guys.
Got it. Some wireless
Where-
DMX or WDMX transmitter, essentially.
Correct. You need a WDMX transmitter or a fixture to set it to basically as a not just a receiver but a transmitter.
Transceiver. So send and receive it simultaneously.
Correct. Where the Freedom Stick you would need, I believe it runs DeFi, right? The Chauvet DJ.
Correct.
Protocol.
Correct.
Yeah. So you would need something like either the WellCome or what's the other one? The
little DeFi hub.
DeFi hub. Thank you.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, so just similarly to utilizing this with another wireless product out there that does not use WDMX.
Right.
That uses a different protocol. You can still control them all in the same through the same DMX console. They just have to the different wireless transmitters just have to be connected to the same console.
Got it.
Gotcha. Awesome.
So I'm going to put the links back in one more time, just in case anybody didn't see them. I'm going to remove myself from the screen so I can get some other stuff done. But Thomas, thanks for joining us, and I'm going to let you guys wrap up while I do the links here.
Perfect.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, Thomas, thanks so much for your time and getting everything all together there down at Keynote Flow to spend the last hour and 15 minutes going over these pretty amazing new products. Really appreciate the time and effort you put forth. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for your time as well and for the invite.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks everybody watching on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, as well as Twitch. Thanks for all the comments. Hopefully we got to everybody. If you do have questions or anything else, feel free to reach out to the team here at agiprodj. If we don't have the answers to the questions, we will definitely get a hold of Thomas and his team, and we'll get you answers to those questions. WellStix 180s are available right now, and the 360s are going to be a little less limited quantity, and they're going through QC. And again, as Kevin had said, that we are running specials on those through the end of the month. So reach out to the team here at agiprodj if you're looking to get some more information. Kevin's back. I thought you were going to do something else.
So typically, I have something to say, and then I completely forgot. So I don't remember what it is now.
Oh, man.
It's
normal day.
Right. It's no different than any other time someone talks to me. I have an idea. I want to tell you, and then I forget.
It totally happens. Well, I want to thank everybody that's watching
I got it.
as well.
I remember now. So if you're watching any of the replays, whether you're watching YouTube, whether you're watching on Facebook or Twitch, if you're watching one of the replays, if you leave a comment with a question, we're going to monitor this for a while. We'll see those notifications, and we'll still do our best to reply to those either in that chat or direct with you. So that's what I wanted to say.
Got it.
Awesome. That's right. If you're looking at us in the future,
right?
Please tell tell myself I say hi.
Right. All right, Thomas. Thanks for your time. We really appreciate it, man.
Guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.